and it worked like a charm. The flat iron punctured his rib cage and went deep into his chest. It got stuck when I tried to yank it out, so I just started flicking it open and shut inside his body. This distracted him long enough for me to grab him at the base of the skull and slam his head into the marble countertop. I don't know how much tuition runs at St. Andrews, but their bathrooms have some high-quality marble. He went from undead to just plain dead on the spot. All told, it took about 40 seconds. But that's the problem with killing zombies. It's like when my dad and I make spaghetti sauce together. The hard part's not so much the doing as it is the cleanup afterward. If this had been a public school locker room, there would have been some gray, jumbo-sized garbage cans nearby, and I probably could have taken care of cleanup by myself. But apparently, the girls of St. Andrews don't throw anything away, because all they had was a tiny wastebasket and some recycling bins. There were bins for paper, plastic, and glass, but none for rotting corpses. Go figure. That meant I had to drag the body into a stall, text my friends for help, and call my coach with an excuse about how I had to go straight home. Now I'm stuck here sitting on a toilet, my hair's a total mess, and after 2 bottles of hand sanitizer, I still feel like I've got dead guy all over me. And don't even get me started about how hungry I am. If you had told me any of this a few months ago, I would have said you needed to visit the school nurse. That's because before I was Molly Bigelow, superhero zombie terminator, I was just an invisible girl in the back of the classroom who you'd probably never notice. I'm sure none of this makes any sense. I mean, it's still hard for me to understand, and I'm the one who just did it. So, while I wait for help to arrive, I'll try to explain. I understand if you don't believe it, but trust me when I say that every word is true. It all started more than 100 years ago, when an explosion killed 13 men digging one of New York's first subway tunnels. But my part didn't begin until one day last summer, when I was hanging out at the morgue. 1. That weird Bigelow girl. It was the last Friday of summer vacation, and I was running late. I'd made it halfway out the front door when I heard my dad call out from the kitchen. "Molly, you forgot something." "I took the trash out last night," I answered. "Not the trash." I started to run through a quick mental list of my chores. "I've got my lunch right here," I said, holding up my brown bag. "Not your lunch." I rolled my eyes and walked back to the kitchen doorway to look at him. He'd worked the late shift and was still wearing his navy blue paramedic's uniform as he hunched over a bowl of cereal. "You want to give me a hint?" He smiled that goofy dad smile and raised his cheek up to be kissed. "Seriously?" "What?" he answered. "You're worried someone might see you in our apartment? Worried that it could ruin your reputation?" "It's not that. It's just that I'm not a little kid," I explained. "I don't need a kiss every time I go outside." "Notice the cheek," he said, tapping it for emphasis. "I get the kiss, not you." It was pointless to argue, so I walked over and gave him a peck on the cheek. As I did, he turned his head and gave me one too. "Gotcha," he said with a movie villain's laugh. "By the way, last night I used those same lips to give mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to this really old woman. She was scary looking and had bad breath. She even had a little mustache thing going on." He added a couple of hacking coughs. "I hope I didn't catch something." "You see what I mean?" I said with exasperation. "Nothing in my life can be normal." "Normal?" He laughed. "Aren't you the girl on her way to hang out at the morgue?" I tried to give him my scrunched up angry face, but I couldn't help laughing. He kind of had a point.